members of the media, and of course Dr. Bhatt from India, Nainital, Dr. Diwakar Bhatt. He is the head, he heads the organization, which is an NGO in India, which promotes Hindi language, right? So more details will be given by Dr. Bhatt and our chairman of the Hindi speaking union, Mr. Gati. We are meeting for something great. You know, Mauritius has signed many cultural exchange programs with different countries of the world, which we consider to be friendly countries. Now, we call that CEP. Now, all the CEPs are not equally healthy. With some countries we work well, with some countries it's highly dynamic, but with some it's not that healthy, in the sense that for a CEP to be fruitful and more operational, there should be exchanges between both the countries. So at times it happens that with some countries that we have signed CEPs, they have certain problems. At times it's economic, it's political, it could be various, and they just can't honor the exchange MOU that we have signed between the two countries. So hopefully we improve everywhere, and we have more exchanges with all our friendly countries. I think we have signed about 30 CEPs, at least 30. Some African countries, some European, Asian countries. So one of the countries with which we work very well, where a lot of exchanges take place, is of course India. We have so many others. We have China, where we work very, very well. In Asia, we have India, China, and Pakistan, Malaysia. And in Europe, it's UK, France. France, though we don't have an official signature of CEP, but the relations are such that it goes beyond the protocols. We have lots of exchanges taking place. We work very closely with South Africa. And there are other countries with which we haven't even signed a CEP, but for reasons, cultural reasons, linguistic reasons, like Creole-speaking union, just created. But when we organize the Festival International Creole, we have people coming from Jamaica, France, and so many other countries. So just to say that with India, the privileged relations we have with India, we have had a lot of exchange programs. India has about 40 exchange programs signed, not only for culture, but for different ministries, starting from security, to safety, to oceanography, call it by any name. We have so many MOUs signed, and as I said, today the good news is that we are moving forward with the signature between the Hindi-speaking union and Aadhaar Shila Institution and other institutions in India, which caters for Hindi, promotion of Hindi, the language, everything associated directly and indirectly with it. Details will be given by both the parties. Me, I'm just here to thank and congratulate both parties for this valuable initiative, because Mauritius, I have about 12 speaking unions. 12 linguistic speaking unions, and I think this is the first one, the first that's being signed, that's having an MOU signed with another country's speaking union, which is the same language, which has the language in common. So I do hope others will follow. I'm not knowing my chairpersons of other linguistic speaking unions now, but I will try to convince them to see whether they can trace the linguistic, trace and find out whether similar agreements will be signed with parties in the country. So let me once again congratulate Dr. Bhatt and Mr. Gati for this valuable initiative, and I do hope that both the parties will work very hard and put forward the language in the forefront, as has been the case in Mauritius and of course in India. and that someday such initiatives will lead for the recognition of Hindi as a language of India. That's the main. The main. So let me thank you for your attention right now and hand over to you first, Mr. Secretary or the Chairman of the Hindi Speaking Union. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. On behalf of the Hindi Speaking Union, I wish to express our heartfelt gratitude to the Ministry of Arts and Culture and to the Honorable Minister in particular for giving all support and blessings for the activities of the Hindi Speaking Union. At the same time, I wish to thank and again express my gratitude on behalf of the Hindi Speaking Union to Dr. Diwakar Bhatt and his delegation from India. Mauritius is known for its struggle and its dynamism in the promotion of Hindi and Hindi literature and Indian culture. In Mauritius, we have been working at three levels. First of all, many people have sacrificed, have labored since the arrival of our indentured laborers, forefathers, for the promotion of Hindi in this country. The second level is that government has been very sympathetic, very supportive. All sorts of direct and indirect help has been given. And thirdly, India and the people of India have been all out and out promoting, supporting, collaborating with our government and with NGOs for the promotion of Hindi. Hindi Speaking Union, along with other NGOs, other organizations in Mauritius, have been working since decades, since years, for the promotion of Hindi. But today, we are entering into an official agreement with Aadhaar Shila, which is a very renowned organization with multifarious activities in India. Dr. Bhatt will, after some time, shed some more light about the nature of activities of the organization. But the agreement we are going into this morning, today, this afternoon, will cover inter-ASEAN. We'll be having, as the Honorable Minister has just pointed out, exchange programs. That is, poets, writers, researchers from our country will be going to India, will be received by Aadhaar Shila, Dr. Bhatt and his colleagues over there, will have goodwill visits, will go and visit the places and institutions where the work of Hindi is being done, with circumstances, and how are they carried out, so as to enlighten us, so as to inform us more about what they are doing over there. Likewise, people from there, as just had one delegation, from Aadhaar Shila, the delegation comprising of professors, researchers, poets, writers. We have had workshops and all, and they have visited so many institutions over here. So they will be coming here. At the same time, they will be visiting not only the Hindi Speaking Union, but through us will be the host, will be providing local hospitality, and then we'll be taking them around. They will visit the institutions, educational, as well as the NGOs, and discuss as to how we can interact in the interest of the promotion of the Hindi language and Hindi literature. Secondly, we can have workshops, seminars, conferences in both countries, in Mauritius and in India, on and off, as and when the need arises, because we know all full well that there are so many pertinent questions day by day in the modern era. Today, the world has become a village, we call it a global village. So in this modern era of modern technology, we cannot work in isolation. We have to interact, we have to meet, discuss, so that we can find better solutions. So we'll be having workshops, conferences, seminars to discuss about the situation of Hindi in Mauritius, in India, and of course, and in other countries as well, where there are activities going on at the level of Hindi literature. Thirdly, we'll be looking into the possibilities of publications. That is, we know very well that we have limited possibilities for publishing books in Mauritius in English. I don't say we don't have at all, we have, but it's very limited. Whereas in India, so many facilities exist, it's so easy and cheaper. So through Aadhaar Shila, we can recommend, we can send our writers, our poets for the publications, and they can arrange from there for the publication of the works of our local writers. Likewise, writers from India through Aadhaar Shila can come to Hindi Speaking Union, whereby they can write in local press, local periodicals, magazines, books, and we can see how we can have also exchange of books, because we know reading material is very important. So we have, sadly, that in the local market we have there is a shortage of Hindi literature. We have more or less only textbooks. So we want to provide as much as possible Hindi literature in Mauritius for all levels, right? Starting right from pre-primary. You might have heard very recently we launched a book by the Honorable Minister for pre-primary, but that is one effort. We want to have more, and we have plenty of such literature in India, and through Aadhaar Shila we can, because we want to spread, to distribute those literature in all institutions, in all schools and in all NGOs, so that we may have a better distribution. At the same time, something very important is that today research is very important. So researchers from Mauritius can go to India, and Aadhaar Shila can extend all possible help and collaboration for research work in the field of Hindi and in the field of Hindi literature. Likewise, people from India through Aadhaar Shila can come here, and then we have so much research to do, still research and no end. So in the field of research, we can also exchange, we can do research work, and I think lastly, we can have training programs. You see, many people in Mauritius just arrive without any training. Of course, some people have got some training, some involved training. But it's an art you have to learn, you have to undergo. For example, you have in front of us journalism. Journalism is a very scientific, very professional, something very professional, but perhaps somewhere we lack some sort of training. So India can provide us some sort of training. People, resource persons can come from India, train our local people. I don't say only in journalism, because journalism has got no specific language. It's a technique, it's a profession, but then you can do it in several languages. At the same time, writing a poem, writing a short story, writing novels, all this demands some sort of initiation, some sort of training. You have to get an idea. For example, it's very easy, you say a short story, what is a short story? And okay, short story X, Y, Z, but technically, when you go through a short story, it has got some technical details which you have to know. Likewise, there are so many new horizons in Indian literature coming up, of which you have to be apprised. So all these things, by signing this agreement today, by the blessings of the Honorable Minister and Ministry here, we have all these possibilities opening up, and I believe the Mauritius will benefit a lot, and we are happy that under the Ministry of Arts and Culture we'll be contributing our might, we'll be bringing our minor contribution in this direction, because government and most of the Ministry of Arts and Culture is committed for the promotion of languages and culture, and of course through language, which is a vehicle of culture, we shall also be promoting culture. So I wish to underline our appreciation to the Aadhaar Shila organization and our ministry over here on behalf of the Hindi Speaking Union, and I believe, I am confident, I hope that we shall be going a long way in our association in doing this work for the promotion of our language, which long time back our forebears have started.
Thank you, Mr. Latif. I request Dr. Khat.
माननीय हमारे संस्कृति मंत्री मुनि जी साहब ने पिछले हिंदी सम्मेलन में, विश्व हिंदी सम्मेलन में जोहान्सबर्ग में जो अपना स्पीच दिया हिंदी में, उससे पूरे दुनिया में उनकी एक नई छवि उभरी और भारत और दुनिया के दूसरे देशों में जो हिंदी में लोग काम कर रहे हैं उनके प्रति उन लोगों का आदर बहुत ज़्यादा है।
So they just said that we had recently the 9th World Hindi Convention in South Africa in Johannesburg, whereby Honorable Chuni was representing Mauritius and was leading the Mauritian delegation, and his speech over there was very much appreciated from all delegates coming from all over the world, and he has given Mauritius a new image, whereby India also is very much impressed by his intervention over there and for the cause of India.
दूसरा, भारत और मॉरिशस दोनों मित्र राष्ट्र हैं। हमारे भाई लोग जो 200 साल पहले यहाँ आ गए, आज देश में शासन कर रहे हैं। इसीलिए भी दोनों की संस्कृति और हिंदी का आदान प्रदान, हिंदी साहित्य का, हिंदी भाषा का और यहाँ की और भारतीय संस्कृति का आदान प्रदान होना बहुत जरूरी है, जिसकी पहल मंत्री जी के शुभकामनाओं से गति जी और आधारशिला और हिंदी स्पीकिंग यूनियन कर रही है, इसके दूरगामी अच्छे परिणाम आएंगे।
He said that Mauritius and India are two friendly countries, and then since our forebears have come here, the process of Hindi language and Hindi literature started right from then, and with the blessings of the Honorable Minister and his ministry, and the collaboration between Hindi speaking union and Adharshila will go a long way in this direction.
आज हिंदी पूरे भारत एक उभरती हुई भाषा के रूप में पूरी दुनिया में आ रही है और ऐसी भाषा के रूप में हिंदी यूएनओ की 7वीं ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज बने, इसका पूरी पहल भारत और मॉरिशस की ओर से हुई है। मॉरिशस में विश्व हिंदी सचिवालय इसी की एक कड़ी है जो पिछले एक दशक से यहाँ स्थापित है, और हमारा ये एग्रीमेंट के बाद संस्कृति और भाषा का जो आदान प्रदान होगा और जो वहाँ के राइटर्स इधर आएंगे, इधर के वहाँ जाएंगे, ये भी दोनों देशों के सांस्कृतिक संबंधों को मजबूत करेंगे और हिंदी को विश्व पटल पर आगे ले जाने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाएंगे।
India is an emerging superpower, and the relations between India and Mauritius have been very cordial. That is why we are promoting Hindi is going to become the 7th official language of the UNO. That is why both countries are struggling for that aim. And then by the exchange programs, we are going to strengthen and consolidate our bond between two countries, so that by the exchange programs, then we believe that by our association, Hindi and Hindi literature will get a great boost.
मैं मंत्री जी और गति जी और हमारे दूसरे सहयोगियों का आभार व्यक्त करते हैं और सबको धन्यवाद करते हैं।
On behalf of Adharshila, Dr. Hark wishes to express his gratitude and appreciation for this event today, for the signing of this historic event for him, and then he thanks both organizations for making this possible.